Hi, the Moonrace. So, Geiken is back, and it's time for the final simulation. The simulation of death. And this one I have to do on my own. I can't have either Karen or Ass with me. So this is gonna be interesting. Karen left your party. Ass left your party. Also, I'm a little bit sick, so if I'm a bit snivelly, that's why. Is it because of you? Don't you remember? I promised to find you. Hey, Archie. Daphne's. Sarnia. You killed him. You killed him. Don't even bother. Oh. So I need to survive. I can't attack. Ah, hello again, Archie. I suppose that's one way of reducing costs for soldiers. You, where is Daphne's? Am I not enough? Both of you sent him to his death. I saw his corpse, and I saw no one else's. Well, yes, that's to be expected. He wouldn't dare raise a hand against his fellow soldiers. Why? Is this because he wasn't going to attack innocent people as he was commanded? He was going to make peace with them. We were going to cure the peninsula of its sickness. What sickness? There is no sickness that I'm aware of. What? Are you perhaps referring to the sickness your family devised to incriminate my mother? Your mother? What are you? How dare you? My mother! It doesn't matter. Rest your worries. Ben will be remembered as a hero who saved his countrymen from... How do marauders sound? That's a lie. You had him murdered. Of course it is, Archie. I'm simply returning the favor. Your family lied to Melloray about my mother. I lied to the world about your lover. We're even now, yes? What are you talking about? Think back. Do you recall a woman in your household that didn't belong? Perhaps was blamed for a crime she had no way of committing? You must have. You wouldn't forget the supposed murderer of your own mother, would you? I certainly wouldn't. Revenge? Is that what this is about? All of those people in the... Did you not hear me, Archie? There is no such sickness. Your family fabricated it in order to pin the blame elsewhere, so they wouldn't have to admit all they needed to do was request their doctor more than once. You should know how superstitious your own blood is, you know. It's why they were able to be so chummy with Melloray and Daphne's. They all share the same ridiculous notions of the supernatural. Those above concluded that it must have been someone from a foreign land, even if it was just beyond the cursed woods. I'm simply returning the favor. But we killed Melloray, as I had intended. Bastard deserved to die. Daphnis deserves to be my puppet, and you deserve to suffer, even though you are without fault. How apropos, though, yes? My mother suffered without due cause, and now so shall you. You lost the man you loved to a lie. It's done. But they were prepared to attack. Oh, please, think that one through. Melloray wasn't even aware his own son was getting married, let alone anything regarding the peninsula. All I had to do was inform Daphnis of his father's false intentions, and history proceeded as I wanted. You know, I attempted to orchestrate this vengeance in such a way that would be both appropriate and poetic, also that I would be able to feel the satisfaction that comes from it. And yet, I still feel nothing. Want is an interesting thing, wouldn't you say? Enough of this. I don't care anymore. You're going to die today, Sarnia. Heh. What is this? Your family and the royals were not the only ones interested in the occult, Archie. Heh. I wish you luck in all future endeavors. Maybe you'll survive long enough for Exodus to arrive. That woman. Easy. Do you remember how you ended up outside in the rain? I thought you went to the capital to speak with King Daphnis. Undol. Do you remember why we founded this village? To find truth. Yes. Entry 1. I will start recording my findings as of today. The mission, as Undol said, finding truth. If my family was as obsessed with the supernatural as Sarnia claimed, then it is possible that information, even a small portion, can be found in various texts they collected over the years. Entry 2. Research was a success. I was able to cross-reference those creatures' appearances with illustrations found in external works. They are without a doubt not of this world. Sarnia must have communed with them through magics I've never heard of. I must attempt to attain such magic. Entry 3. The 4 of them hail from a world outside of our own. They are explicitly in the service of some ancient godlike being, the same one Sarnia named. Exodus. Me! Or Perrin. No, not even that. He's not the Exodus, he's the Colrod. My bad, I confused the two. Never mind. Entry 4. Information on this so-called Exodus is nowhere to be found. The world it comes from, however, has been recorded in much further detail. Nameless, it heralds death and nothing else. I am aware of the biases my family must have with such things, so rather than take their word for it, I must instead experience this world for myself. Tomorrow, I will seek out the connection between our world and theirs. Entry 5. There are no coordinates, only maps and general mentions of strange occurrences. Fortunately, I am patient. Entry 6. I've made progress. A door was found. Where it originated or how it functions is not written in any of the writings I've recovered. Fortunately, it works. Tonight I prepare. Tomorrow I enter. Entry 7. It's been 1 month since my last entry. I've breached the entryway into the other world, and have since visited it many times. I've not told the others about my trips. They are to concern themselves only with understanding the fundamental laws of our world through dedication and immaculacy. It should be obvious that I'm on a personal journey. Entry 8. I neglected to describe this new world in my previous entry. Since then, I've made the trip 3 times. This world exudes a warmth that almost seduces me into feeling a modicum of comfort. The sensation is almost as if I'm nearing sleep, but awake enough to resist it. But the most disturbing revelation, however, is that it bears a striking resemblance to our world, almost as if it was a mirror image. Entry 9. There are effects, however, to being in such a place. Nausea, headaches, nosebleeds, paleness of the skin, fatigue, to name the minor few. Most concerning, however, is that my sight has been gradually failing me. These are all symptoms I seem to recall from when I was a child. Symptoms of the sickness my mother had. Entry 10. Days, months, years. I don't know how long it's been. I haven't made any progress. This world is still a mystery to me, but I have been able to discern one thing. While absent of any life forms, it is paradoxically meant to serve as some kind of a bridge between our world and something else. Neglecting any fear, I must press forward into this other world. Entry 11. An infant. Before I was able to enter this third unknown world, I found the first life form I've seen in the bridge. Of course, I returned him to my people before pressing onwards. Although, with my sight failing me and my degrading health, I'm not sure how many more trips I have in me. As for the child, collectively, we agreed on the name Sol. I see. Entry blind. Sol. That's interesting. Do you feel it? It feels like rain. Maybe it's because it isn't scary. It's sad. Is it because of you? Don't you remember? I promised to find you. Ben. This is it. All I could bring back. Next time I'll find you. I promise. This place is eerily silent. I think, let me just lie down here, just for a little while. Oh, I recognize that place. I've been there. Is this him? Yes. Can I eat him now? He seems to have deceased. He's all yours. Heh. Without even knowing it, he continued to tear the fabric of both worlds apart. All for a single person. The act of a fool. You failed, Archon. Oh. Now that's really interesting. Karen, you need to hear this. You're back. Does this mean you've finished? Yes. I see. It's time. Before we reach the summit, I just have a question for you. Do not give me specifics, though. What you saw is meant for you alone. I just wanted to know, did the simulations end up explaining if, you know, if it all made sense in the end? I'm not gonna say anything. Very well. I respect your discretion. We should head back to the crystal. Now that it has formatted your mind, it returned to acting as the teleporter to the summit. Prepare yourself. Okay. Let's go. Do what you need to, Perrin. Go ahead. She's waiting. Hello. Free me. There we go. Hey, Lasha. Thank you, hero. Retrieve your prize. Free Aurus. Karen? Cardigan built this temple with the intention of capturing the four goddesses. Using their power, she would literally shape the world into a perfect example of her own dream. Had she succeeded, there would be no need for all of the trials you had to pass in order to reach here. But I assume she realized that doing so would defeat the purpose. She couldn't wield the power of the gods. Only one who could pass through tribulations was worthy. Do you understand now? Lasha was what ultimately created all of the objects I bestowed to the world. What ultimately created Bitari. I brought you here to free her. It's finally over. How is that cheating? Cardigan's temple has already created the objects to best suit your whims. When you leave here, it will be given to you. It's up to you whether or not you wish to utilize it. What about vials? I destroyed what remained of them before you came here. As for making more, it is now impossible. Freeing Lasha saw to that. If the temple believes that you need to understand futility, then the only way you can truly appreciate that lesson is by being forced into doing what's necessary. You are fated to enter Dark Isle. This was all for nothing. No, it wasn't. As you will see before you leave here. I mentioned before that you are to be given a choice. Throughout my life, I've operated in the shadows, making things happen from behind the scenes. That ends today. I'm done. I'm going to kill Bitari, Fury, Sarnia. But most importantly, I'm going to kill the ones who are responsible for it all, simply by virtue of allowing for us to sin in the first place. The 4 goddesses. And so we come to your decision, Perrin. Allow me to accomplish all of this, or don't, and kill me. I'm not just gonna straight up kill her. Why would I kill you? Because if you do not, I will ruin the world. I get to choose now. Yes. I don't want to kill her. But I don't want the world to be destroyed. I will not kill you. I need you to be absolutely sure you understand what you are choosing here. Both are permanent. I'm sure. That's my choice and I'm sticking with it. Besides, I kinda doubt you would be able to kill the 4 goddesses. The others I don't actually care about. So, thank you. Then we are finished here. I hope to meet you again. I hope I didn't make a terrible mistake just now. One might ask, how can anyone kill a god? The answer is simple. Watch me. What are you doing, Karen? It was arrogance. My arrogance. A clarification required to absolve all else from blame. I hold no delusions of my incompetence. Not anymore. At least now these graves are filled. I only ever wanted to prove to you all that I was above my origins. I suppose that's a moot point now. She's the only one left. I'm going there now to learn everything. I'm sorry. I got Cardigan's cloak. Hello? Perrin? Hello? Long time no see. It is you. It's been a while. I didn't expect to see you all the way out here. I can say the same. Indeed. Do you remember how we parted ways? I was given the opportunity to speak with Bitari while you returned. Here, I assume. I thought you had business with Barkin. As it turns out, Bitari was here, in the mainland. I know. You met her. Yes. Seems we've all been played for fools. I just have no idea what's going on anymore. I'm gonna tell him. I kinda trust this guy. Somewhat. So I'm gonna tell him. What? So, my sister and the Queen. You are related to Bitari. I kind of thought that from the beginning. That they were kind of related. So she's his sister. Utari willingly allows herself to be played with by Sarnia, thus causing the walls to be locked down for her own entertainment. This is disgusting. So then, what about you? What are you doing here? Ring has been taken over. Varken? Might as well be. What is that supposed to mean? Was someone else? Ah, you mean Vatar. So his aim all along was the whole of Pleus. Funny. I guess it was obvious. I was on my way back to Urateeth when I realized there was no way for me to actually get back. No dockkeeper. I'm going to tag along with you for a little bit. You know the mainland more than I do. I might be able to find someone willing to ferry me across. Fine. Thank you. Melik joined your party. By the way, you seem to be holding on to that cloak of yours very tightly. Can I ask why? It's nothing. Very well. It's D to activate and deactivate Cardigan's cloak. While worn, speed is increased and fallen members can be revived upon using the heal spell. Ooh. Then I'm always going to be wearing it, obviously. What is... I still have ass with me. I'm sorry, for some reason I didn't expect to have the sheep with me. I don't know why, because he's been with me the entire time. What do I need to do? Oh. I wonder what these colors mean. All of them are different colors, pretty much. Colors. Your allies have gathered in Hyola Town for the final assault. Return to Hyola Town. Okay. So I need to return to Hyola. Wait. The compass doesn't work. Hello. Varken told me to escort you out of the desert when you finish your errands. Would you like an escort? Yes, please. Keep your head down. Thank you. Not yet. East Ring Desert. So let's see if I remember the way out of here. North Ring Desert. A whole bunch of wolves. But I'm fast. I'm just trying to find my way. I don't remember it. See? What's this place? Keeping grounds. It's locked. Okay. So I can't get anywhere in here. But I did... No, I didn't. I thought I maybe lost the wolves. Here I can use the compass. Great. Found it. Okay, tell you what. I'll do it only on the condition that you get it all back. Yes, finally. What? Someone's been digging. There's a tent. People have been sleeping here. There are more beds around than there was before, I think. And the tent wasn't there before. I mean, it's been a while since I was here, but... It's you! Yes, I do remember you this time. We haven't spoken since Ring. Oh, Ring. The others might want to speak to you about that inside. I'm too fast. Oh, you. You got me fired again. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. I'm not contesting that point. It's just... Ass. Perrin? You're alive! Oh, this is the happiest moment in my entire existence. Ow. I don't really know how to start. I'm guessing you must be furious that we haven't set out to look for you yet. Not really. Why would we? He would rather choose his friends over his rightful ruler and master. Feisty. Hello again, Melik. Why don't you two have a seat and join in? I'm sure we have a lot to talk about. We do. Yeah, exactly. We do. Okay. Before we get started, I wanted to say that it is nice seeing you again, Perrin. Wait, no one's arguing that. She wasn't implying that there was an argument at all. It's just, he barely got into the door and he's suddenly bombarded with business. Let the guy relax a bit. I suppose that's true. Well, maybe we should let the lad tell us what happened to him in Rig. Ah, right. But Tar tells us Varkin was killed and someone rescued you. Fury killed Varkin. What? That's funny, because you implied that Tar was responsible. For Varkin's murder? Or Ring's current state? I assure you, I only had a hand in the latter, but I am in no way helping our current friend. I don't understand, though. Fury is supposed to be dead under Lake Veras. Can someone fill the rest of us in on who Fury is? Oh right, you guys haven't met him. A masked terrorist in charge of the Acolytes. Who are they? Who are they? Who are the Acolytes? An unknown quantity of robed men and women with an unknown endgame. I have my own suspicions about what they are aiming for, however. The times we encountered him were very disconnected. First was when Fury had Kilo Ben block off access to and from the peninsula. Then he destroyed Kansas City with the intention of destroying Ring. Only to end up dying when he collapsed a cavern that held some kind of royal trinket, of which I have no idea what its purpose is or why Fury wanted it. Well, those are all things we have gotten answers to. It was all connected. What? How? Did this trinket happen to have a hexagram etched into its design? Is that relevant? Of course it is. He used it to warp using a disc, is that it? I wondered as to how he got up there so quickly in the first place. So he had all of this planned in the first place. Had it not been for the volcano incident, we wouldn't have taken him seriously beneath Salvatore's grove. But what exactly is he after? I think we should assume he is attempting to summon the Geiken. Wait, what? Why? Come now. It's time we accepted that they're coming. It's just a matter of how. and however powerful they are, they need the aid of those within our world if they are to fully come through. Hence the purpose of the call rod. Of course, he can circumvent all of this complication, should he up and decide none of us are worth his time any longer. Okay, but why do you both think that's Fury's endgame? It just seems random is all. Aye. Mitoma, what do you think this... Why do you think this before anything else? It is likely I am incorrect in my assessment. However, my suspicion arose out of the pattern forming around Fury's motives. Pattern? Based on the collected findings Daphnis had compiled for the Uniters to study, I began to notice that the Acolytes are purely interested in areas involving nature and destruction. And it occurred to me that the philosophies utilized by these cultists are in perfect tandem with those of the wandering philosopher Salvatore. Mom, I don't think anyone knows what you're talking about. I do! Salvatore was someone who wandered the plains surrounding Lake Veras many years ago, developing a theory that nature and destruction are inherently connected. It was called the philosophy of duality. Where there was nature, destruction was sure to follow. The more beautiful, the more devastating the result. However, the theory is that the opposite is true as well. This is why I suspect that it's possibly more likely that Fury intends to unleash a single Geiken rather than the trio. The Geiken of destruction, then, is what he's after. Apocalypse. Does anyone disagree with this? Fury wanted to kill me and send me to Dark Isle. Well, he did. Aha! Then it's confirmed. Without the call rod giving Apocalypse permission to enter, Fury's ultimate goal is doomed. So, besides the call rod's permission, does Fury need anything else? Yes, actually. Apocalypse won't be enticed to enter, even if it is allowed to, unless the world is plunged into complete chaos. Or at least a designated landing area. So, ring. Seems to be that way, Placing himself in the heart of Cleos, surrounded by his acolytes, Varkan's mercenaries, and the Triar. One would need to start a war just to get to him. So this could have been prevented had it not been for you and Varkan. Possibly. So to stop him, all we really need to do is just sneak into the castle and subdue him, right? Subdue? How nice of you. Here I was thinking we'd just kill him or something. Yeah, that was kind of my thought as well. But yes, we would need to avoid attention from all of his minions. Don't we have a problem? Oh, and what would that be? Bitari means to start a war. Bitari? Are you referring to the leader of the Yurak? So it would seem we've all had our suspicions. Something Varkan and I have been trying to avoid for quite a while now. Daphnis has been very intent on taking the Seri Islands by force. It is likely she is preemptively removing any chance of that. Not quite, no. She's always had a troubling life. Is it for revenge, then? No. She has no reason. Indeed. What in the world does that mean? On the cusp of adulthood, she woke up one day to discover that she possessed the ability to summon creatures from other planes of reality. Or perhaps just one. Dark Isle. She was the one who shepherded the Yurak in from their world and created Urate'eth. Over time, though, her mind was lost. I've recently found her in the underbelly of Ring, plotting to send the Yurak to its gates. She was in Ring? Why? How did she even get in? This brings us neatly to Sarnia. Wonderful. What does the Queen have to do with all of this? From what Perrin tells me, she's the one who ultimately closed off Ring. Yeah. Why? If I understand correctly, it was to ensnare Bitari. Your queen has a few issues of her own. Oh yes. I can attest to this. In the brief exchanges I've had with her, it was apparent that much of her life is unresolved. That still doesn't explain why she closed Ring off. If she wanted to keep Bitari in, why not just imprison her? Oh, well, I'll explain it to you. I'm sorry that it's difficult for me to believe that. Finding it hard to believe as well. I doubt he's lying. No, I know, it's just... These are pretty serious accusations, you know. Yet truthful. Varkin and I have been trying to remove these people from their thrones, remember? They are plaguing Plias. But what's her endgame? What's all of this for? I don't know. I suppose we're bound to find out anyway, yes? So, with all that said, is there anything else we should discuss? We need to come up with a game plan. Perhaps we should allocate the rest of the evening towards resting and allowing our conversation here to settle. As mentioned, Perrin just arrived. Being hasty will only prevent progress. You're right. Okay then, everyone. We'll reconvene tomorrow. For now, just take a break. And Perrin, since pretty much all of the houses outside were taken, the only bed we have available is the one upstairs, in the room on the left. That's fine. Great. Okay, and I'm gonna end right there. That went longer than I was planning. Because that cutscene, that discussion went on. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. We're actually making progress here, I feel. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.